This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you from the LD Micro 9th Annual Main Event in Bel Air, California, 2016. I have with me Dr. John Bonfiglio from TapImmune. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is TPIV. John, welcome back to SNNLive.
Great. Thanks, Shelley. It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's good to have you back. Let's start out with an overview on TapImmune and go from there.
Okay, well, TapImmune is an Immuno-Oncology company, and we're focused on developing drugs for cancer. And in fact, we're developing T-cell vaccines, which are designed to use the body's own immune system to help fight cancer and to help fight against metastatic disease as well.
How far is the company along with their science?
We've done very well since the last time I've spoken to you. We're currently enrolling in 2 phase 2 trials right now. One is a company-sponsored trial with 80 patients in triple-negative breast cancer, which is a really devastating form of breast cancer. The second trial is a collaboration with the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York that includes a collaboration with AstraZeneca in using a combination of our drug, our TPIV 200, our lead product, alongside durvalumab, which is a checkpoint inhibitor that's being developed by AstraZeneca. This trial is being run by Sloan Kettering. It's a 40-patient trial in ovarian cancer for patients that have failed chemotherapy. So it's a very important therapy because these patients have no options at this point, and we're very excited about doing a combination study with them.
You know, John, you pretty much bring up the subject of patients are at the end of the line, and now they're coming into your tests.
Yeah, well, this is one aspect of what we're trying to do with this drug. This particular test was designed by Memorial Sloan Kettering because Dr. Connor, who's the principal investigator, looked at the data from our phase 1 trial and said this would be a very interesting trial in a phase 1 study, or phase 2 study after the phase 1 results. But in addition to doing this as a last stand, the trial that we're running as a separate company is in patients that have already been stabilized on standard of care, and it's looking to prolong their stay as a stabilized disease. That also leads into the study that is about to start with the Mayo Clinic that received a Department of Defense grant for $13.3 million based on our phase 1 data. That's a 280-patient study, double-blind, placebo-controlled in triple-negative breast cancer patients, and that study should start enrolling either by the end of the year or early in first quarter. We're excited about that because that's essentially non-dilutive cash to the company. We're able to get the results from that study and use it for an approval, but we're not paying the money to support that study. In fact, we're getting paid to provide the study with drug for all 280 patients.
I know it's hard to say, but when do you think you'll be publishing some of these results?
It's hard to say. I mean, the Sloan Kettering study is an open label study, which means that we don't have to wait till the last patient is in before we can start looking at the data and make a decision on whether we're seeing a clinical signal or not. But even with that, the enrollment has started, but we won't have enough patients to really take a close look until sometime next year. We're hoping to see some sort of a signal sometime in late 2017. The trial we're running is also an open-label trial, 80-patient trial, and we'll probably start getting a readout sometime in late 2017 as well. The study that's being done by the Mayo Clinic is a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, so until the last patient is finished, we won't be able to see. So that could take several years before we're able to see any results from that study. The last study, which I haven't mentioned yet, is a study which we're planning on opening enrollment for by the end of the year, is also in ovarian cancer, but in a different patient population. This is a patient population that does respond to chemotherapy, platinum, and we're going to use our drug alongside the platinum therapy. So in a sense, it's a combination study with standard of care. and that study is designed to see if we can prolong the patient staying in either in remission or in stable disease for longer periods of time. We're particularly excited about this study because we have fast track designation for this study and orphan drug status for ovarian cancer. So if we're successful with this study, it could lead to a track for accelerated approval and also being able to submit pieces of the dossier to the FDA on a real-time basis.
Now, on the business side of the company, we covered science. On the business side, any new announcements recently, any new information?
I'm glad you asked. We recently uplisted the company to NASDAQ. This was a major milestone for the company because it not only was looking at the fact that we were able to get onto a major market, get more awareness, more potential investors out there, but it also meant that the company had made itself into a company that was NASDAQ ready over the last year. And I think since we last talked to you in May, a lot has happened to do that. We were able to go out and raise a financing of about $10 million. Some of it, about 6 of that was from current investors and exercising warrants, and we were also able to do a small pipe to raise the rest.
Now, John, I want to ask you a question, but answer me with only what you're allowed to answer me.
Right.
Looking forward into 2017, what are some of your expectations?
No, so what we've told the investors and the street is the fact that we will start enrolling our ovarian cancer study, the one I just mentioned, either later this year or early next year. We are currently about to try and start a second product in the clinic. That's TPIV 110, which is against a different target, HER2/neu. That product has also taken a phase 1 study, and now we want to start a phase 2 trial, probably in combination with a standard of care therapy. We want to submit the IND for that trial, an amended IND from the phase 1 sometime in first quarter, and hope to start a trial soon after that. So we have a lot of news coming out based on the trials we're starting, and hopefully about news in the future about what results we're getting as well.
Now let's give out your website for more information.
For more information, go to www.tapimmune.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Bonfiglio from TapImmune. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is TPIV. I'm Shelley Kraft on SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the LD Micro 9th Annual Main Event in Bel Air, California, 2016. John, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.